Hey guys, come with me as I navigate my income streams, and I'm really going to show you what it's like behind the scenes to have more than one income stream, and why it is way more valuable to just have one income stream and go deep. Once you've done that, then you can expand. I jumped in the deep end and I can't swim, and I have too many at one time, and so I'm going to just show you what that looks like behind the scenes. But let's talk about one that I have gotten rid of, like gone bye-bye. HVAC. So let's just pull that apart. So what was happening with the HVAC business is I am a self-proclaimed systems guru. I stand 10 toes down on the ability to be able to turn a business around. Some businesses can't be turned around, and I ran into one of them. So with the HVAC business, there is only one person in that business. So it ended up not being a business, it was a job. And the owner of that business and we had different points of view of how we were gonna move forward. I was wanting him to stay in the business and facilitate the calls so that I can build the systems behind it with the goal of selling it. He didn't want to be in the business anymore, and he just wanted to send the calls over to me and I take them from there. Fine. Different way of doing things, but I didn't get the calls on time, and just like a lot of other things happened because they went to his phone. Very busy man. They went to his phone, and when he got a chance, he sent them over, and that just didn't work. On top of that, I didn't have my own contractors. He is a one-man show, so I got contractors recommended by him, and not one of them were up to snuff. It was like every other call, something was happening. I ended up having a really big issue last year that cost me tens of thousands of dollars. So I said I was going to use 2025, the summer 2025, to recoup the money that I made that I lost in 2024. So I have a contractor. He's going out to the job. All kinds of crazy things are happening at the job. So then I had to give another refund this year. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm already needing to streamline. I'm already seeing that particular business wasn't going to be able to take its next step, because before that business could truly be sold off, there had to be processes. There had to be a break away from the owner and the work. There was no break. So that business can't be sold. It's not a business. It's a job for him, provided for his family. He made some income, but the next person can't pick it up. When he stops doing it, that business is going to die. So this is his second time trying to sell the business, and I'm Captain Save an HVAC business. I'm jumping in thinking I'm going to put some systems behind it and go. It was possible, but there wasn't that separation between the owner and the work. The owner was doing all the work, so he essentially created himself a job, which ultimately supported his family and gave him the life that he was looking for. And now as he's looking to transition, he's thinking that he can sell it, and I thought that it could be bought, and both are not right, not true things. So that's what happened with the HVAC business. That is no longer a part of my scope. Now, HVAC businesses can be scaled, and you can make a really good living with that one, but just not that one. And businesses in that situation. So insert any business into that where the owner is doing everything. The information is in that owner's head, and they're trying to put that business off for, sell it or do whatever. Until that information is out of that owner's head, until the information or until the phone calls stop going to their direct line, that business is not going to be scalable or sellable. That is the HVAC thing. So let's go to one bank, collect some money from one endeavor, and then take it to pay another endeavor. So while I'm sitting here waiting for my check to be cashed, I want to talk about another stream of income, and that is the cars. So there are different types of cars that you can buy to rent out straight to customers. I'm going to say the best thing to do is, if you're not doing luxury, to do cash cars. Right now I'm about to take some money over to a credit union to pay a note on one of the cars. But here's the kicker. I just got a call yesterday from the car dealership. I took my car to the car dealership, and they're saying that the motor could possibly be gone out in the car. I have a note on that car, so that's not fun news to be hearing. And guess what's gonna support it? Just like I'm taking this money right now from the bank, from the Airbnb, to go pay on the cars, now the cash cars are going to have to support that car that has a note until I can figure out what's wrong with it and get it fixed. So 100%, 10 toes down, if you're not doing luxury, do cash. What else do I have to say about the cars? And it's best to get more than one car, because if one car does go down, then you have another car to help, continue the income flow. Now, we've been pretty slow, I'll say, for about 5 weeks now. So whereas I was making over $1,000, now I'm getting $800 or less. So there you have it again. The income streams, they ebb and flow. And thank you. But let's get out these people way. I have 3 cash cars. I do not want him in my business. I have 2 cars with a note, and I have 3 cars that are cash cars. And if I could do it all over again, they will all be cash cars. So the goal is to go ahead and pay the cars with the notes, go ahead and pay them off. So the money that comes in for those cars, try to put it directly towards those cars, and the insurance and whatever else surrounds that. Like, literally let them pay for themselves. But before I could really put that into play, the freaking car with the note is down. And I have a cash car that's down as well. So as of today, I have 2 cars that are out on rental. So I just went and picked up some money that I got from the Airbnb, and this is going to go and pay for the car, the car that I have. So getting all these incomes, it sounds good on paper, but when you put it into play, it's moving pieces, doing the most, and being real tired. Now, you get money, but what if you can get one thing going really, really good? So that's my spiel on the cars, cash cars, baby. Let's go and pay a note. Okay, so the credit union is closed. So what I'm gonna do is get some gas and then see about going to another location. So as far as the cars, that is one of the most passive things that I'm doing. So I will definitely stay in the car bag. Now, as far as real estate, I have some people in my Airbnb. They have a 50-day booking. They're on like day 20, so they have about 30 days left. So I have income coming in for that. I don't really have anything bad to say about the Airbnb, other than if you're looking to make a livable income off of it, you're gonna need more than one. Then I have the house that's pending. I'm supposed to close on it next week, so that's what we're looking forward to. Real estate, definitely standing 10 toes down on it. The highs and lows feel different in real estate because this is where I really want to be, and so it's all like learning opportunities. Like the highs and lows in HVAC, baby, kick rocks with no shoes on, because that's not my lane. And again, if anything regarding that would have been my lane, it would have been to help the business owner put systems in, because systems is a God-given talent that I have, and it comes so easy to me, and that's how I could have made that work. But that's a thing of the past. HVAC is a thing of the past, and moving forward. Okay, so I just checked my phone and all of the ATMs are closed. All of the credit unions are closed. I don't typically try to do this on a Saturday. Just felt the urge to go ahead and get the bills taken care of. So now that's a Monday morning thing. But I want to just go ahead and touch on the last couple of income streams while I'm sitting here in part. So the systems, me building a systems business, like I have made money doing that, but like I said, that's a God-given talent, so it's going to be throughout the work that I do. So like if you were to work with me, you should notice that I'm going to want systems in place. I'm going to want cross checks and different things like that to make sure that everything runs smoothly. I was in a business class here in the city, and I actually ended up writing them and telling them that I was gonna need to hold off, and they said that I could come back when I'm ready, and I was very glad to hear that, because the time isn't now. So it's all about streamlining and going deep on the things that actually make sense for me. So last but not least is nursing. I took a long break from working as an NP. I got laid off in 2019. I haven't practiced as a nurse practitioner since then. Leading up to me getting laid off, I was coming out of massive burnout. So when I actually got laid off, I took a break. Then I started working as an RN. My initial thing is pediatrics. Then I went over to do little pain clinics, some inpatient hem-onc stuff for adults, and then psych. And so now I'm feeling the nudge to get back to it. So I just so happened to look for a job, just scrolling on Indeed.com, and boom, there was a job for nurse practitioners as needed in the city in pediatrics. Fits the bill, because even though I'm ready to get back to it, there are still boundaries that have to be in place, and that's no call. I'm not taking call. That's working on my terms, which I will work full-time hours, but I'm not going to be obligated to work full-time hours. So I'll show up for you. I'll come in if you call. I'll do things like that, but I'm not going to be obligated to work a set amount of times each week, like that. So I do work PRN right now as a registered nurse. So I had to brush off this old handy dandy book, Pediatric Nurse Practitioners. This book is so old, baby. The pages are yellow, and I don't even know if they're selling books now for $61. I don't even know how they're doing it. But this is the book that I am reading to brush up on my skills. That's going to be a process, but the process has started. So working at the top of my license, I'm headed back there. So I'm excited about that. I hope from you listening in to seeing that when people talk about streams of income, that they are work, that you have to put in work. You still have to get good at it. So why not focus on one or two things and go deep on those and get your money from that, and then move forward? 'Cause being spread too thin, like you're getting a little money here, little money there, and if this one is low, then you got to take money from this one and put it into that one. Why not build out something that has strong roots and then branch off? So that's all that I'm saying about the streams of income. I'm not saying don't go after the things that your heart desires. I'm just saying, make sure that you know that you're gonna have to pay a time cost, sometimes a money cost. You're gonna miss out on things, like all of that comes with it. So that's all that I wanted to share with you. I hope that you got some value out of this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.